I was running through the burning market when Mira found me. Ash covered her hair. Her hand was bleeding. She still smiled when she saw me. "I knew you would come," she said. I wanted to pull her away from the fire, but the captain's seal was already in my hand. The wax was black. The royal crest was pressed so deep it looked like a wound. "This letter opens the west gate," I told her. "If I do not deliver it, everyone inside burns." Mira took it because she trusted me. She always trusted me. The seal cracked. For one breath, the fire went silent. Then Mira looked straight at me and stepped back. "Why does a stranger know my name?" I had delivered hundreds of royal letters. I knew the rule. A sealed letter carried my name away from the person who opened it. Not their whole memory, not their family, only me. I became a blank place where I had been. I told myself it was a price for peace. I told myself the court only used the letters when lives depended on them. But Mira was shaking in front of me, and I was suddenly a stranger to the only person who had ever called me brother. The west gate opened. People escaped the flames. I should have felt proud. Instead, I stared at the black wax on Mira's palm and understood that I had been delivering pieces of myself to the kingdom for years. I took Mira to the old clockmaker's shop. She let me clean the blood from her hand because I told her I was a courier who had found her in the street. Every word felt like stealing. The clockmaker knew the letters. He had once made the silver presses that stamped their seals. "I built them to stop wars," he whispered. "A king can make an enemy forget the hand that saved him. A general can make a city forget the courier who carried mercy through its gates." "I carried mercy," I said. "Why does it feel like a curse?" He opened a hidden drawer and placed one final envelope on the table. Its wax was not black, it was red. "The court has ordered this delivered before midnight. The letter releases the river locks. Without it, the floodwater will drown the lower town." I did not need to ask who would open it. Mira stood beside the window. She did not remember growing up with me. She did not remember the nights I taught her to read. But she had seen the gate open. She had seen me keep strangers alive. "I do not know you," she said, "but I know you are afraid to carry that." The palace horns answered her. Royal riders surrounded the shop. The court did not send soldiers to help me deliver the letter. They sent hunters to make sure I could not refuse. I grabbed the red seal and ran with Mira through the back alley. Arrows struck the walls. The riders called me a traitor. I almost believed them. Then I saw the river rising over the lower town, and I remembered why I had first worn the courier's cloak. I did not carry letters because kings were righteous. I carried them because ordinary people were always the ones standing behind the gates. The river locks stood above the lower town like iron teeth. Water hammered the gates from the mountainside. Below them, families were trapped on rooftops, waiting for a decision made by people they would never meet. The captain was waiting for me at the bridge. "Deliver it," he said. "Your sister survives. The town survives. You lose one memory. That is the bargain." I already lost her once. Then lose her for something worthy. I wanted to tear the letter in half. I wanted to tell the captain that no kingdom had the right to turn love into a tool. But the water rose higher. Mira stood behind me with the clockmaker. She was terrified, yet she did not run. "I cannot remember you," she called, "but I can choose what I do now." That was when I understood the court's lie. The letters did not create obedience. Fear did. I walked to Mira and placed the red envelope in her hands. The captain smiled because he thought I had surrendered. I pressed my palm over the royal crest. "I will deliver this," I said, "but not for you." Mira opened the seal. The red wax burst into light. The river locks shuddered. The floodgates opened toward the empty canyon, and the water tore away from the lower town. Mira stared at me again. Her eyes searched my face as if she could feel a name trapped behind a door. "Who are you?" she asked. The question cut deeper the second time. I could have lied. I could have told her I was a hero, a courier, a man who had saved her twice. Instead, I told her the truth that did not need memory. "I am someone who promised I would come back for you." The captain drew his sword. He shouted that I had destroyed the order of the letters. I threw my courier's seal into the floodwater. Every black mark I had carried dissolved beneath the current. The riders lowered their weapons. They had never seen a royal courier refuse the crown and still choose the people. Neither had I. By dawn, the lower town was still standing. The court's riders were gone. The letter presses were broken. For the first time, I carried no seal and no command. Mira found me at the edge of the market where the first fire had burned. She held 2 cups of tea. "I do not remember buying the second one," she said, "but I thought you might be cold." I took it from her. She still did not know the stories we had lived. She did not know the name she used to call me when storms frightened her. I could have hated the letter for that. But Mira had chosen me when she had nothing, except the man standing in front of her. I am Mira, she said carefully, and I think I would like to know you. I smiled because that was more than the court had ever given me. I am Aaron, I said. I would like that too. I had spent years delivering letters that erased me. That morning, I began the harder work. I earned my place beside her again,